Item number 895. Designation, the glass shift. Most security companies hire young men who want to be heroes. Aethelgard Logistics hired old men who just wanted a paycheck. Officer Renwick was 54, a man of habits. He didn't ask questions, he didn't patrol the basement, and he never drank the office coffee. He brought his own supply, warm Dr. Pepper stored in his locker since Tuesday. On the night of November 14th, Renwick was sitting in the main control booth, reading a copy of Car and Driver from June 1998. He was reading an article about the new Dodge Viper for the 100th time when the proximity alarm on floor 4 triggered. It wasn't a thief. The building was empty. Aethelgard Logistics was a shell company. The offices contained nothing but empty filing cabinets and dust. Renwick sighed, folded his magazine, and checked the night watch protocol taped to the desk. He skipped to Rule 3. Renwick respected the rules. Not because he believed in ghosts, but because he believed in liability insurance. He knew Rule 3 by heart. Quote, "The reflections in the glass adhere to a 5-second delay between 03:17 a.m. and 03:19 a.m. If you move and your reflection waits, do not stop moving." Renwick checked his watch. 03:17:10. He was walking down the east corridor. The entire left wall was floor-to-ceiling glass. He stopped to tie his shoe. He knelt. In the glass, his reflection remained standing. Renwick froze. He looked at the glass. The reflection was staring straight ahead, bored, hands on his belt. He counted under his breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 5th second, the reflection suddenly snapped into a kneeling position. It didn't move smoothly. It glitched into place. Renwick didn't scream. He was a professional. He stood up and began to walk, fast. He looked to his left. The reflection was still kneeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The reflection snapped to standing and began to walk after him. It was chasing him, but it was 5 seconds behind. Renwick walked faster. The delay was shrinking. At 03:18, the lag was 2 seconds. At 03:18 and 30 seconds, it was 1 second. He could hear it now. Not footsteps. The thing in the glass didn't make noise when it walked. It made a sound, like data being overwritten. It sounded like a dial-up modem screaming in a silent room. Renwick reached the end of the hall. The only way out was the elevator. He hit the call button. The doors groaned open. He stepped inside. He remembered Rule 7. Rule 7. The elevator has mirrored walls. If you hear the sound of wet Velcro tearing, close your eyes. Do not open them until you smell ozone. Renwick pressed the button for the lobby. The doors closed. The mirrors reflected him to infinity. Infinite Renwicks, infinite warm Dr. Peppers. Then came the sound. It sounded like skin peeling off a leather seat, wet Velcro. It was coming from the mirror behind him. Renwick squeezed his eyes shut. He gripped the handrail so hard his knuckles turned white. Just protocol, just protocol. The screeching dial-up noise stopped.
The elevator was dead silent. Then Renwick felt a breath on his neck. It didn't smell like ozone. It smelled like copper and static electricity. He kept his eyes shut. He waited. Finally, the smell changed. The sharp metallic tang of ozone filled the small box. The rule said he was safe. Renwick opened his eyes.
He looked in the mirror. The reflection was standing directly in front of him, nose to nose. It wasn't lagging anymore. The reflection smiled. Renwick did not. The reflection reached out and pressed its hand against the glass surface of the mirror, but the glass wasn't solid. It rippled like water. The reflection stepped out, and Renwick stepped in. Security footage from the lobby. 06 a.m. Officer Renwick walks out of the elevator. He signs the logbook. He waves to the morning shift. He looks exactly like Renwick. The uniform is correct. The walk is correct. But we analyzed the footage frame by frame. From the moment he left the elevator to the moment he exited the building, 22 seconds later, he didn't blink. Not once. His eyes were dry as desert sand, but he didn't blink. Case file 0002 closed. Status: asset swapped.